Picking up right where we left off at the end of the last video, we're about to send some pings over from router 3 to test that ACL that we just put on router 1 and see what the net effect is. But we were just asking ourselves, and I always try not to do the reality TV show thing where you come back from a commercial, and they spend 3 minutes telling you what you just did. I'm assuming you just watched the last video, but just a quick reminder here. When I send pings from router 3 right now, if I just do ping 172.12.123.1, what is the source address of that ping going to be on router 3? Let me show you a really good way to test that and make sure I'm not already running anything here. Okay, I have no debugs running right now, but what I am going to do is run a debug IP packet, and then I'm going to send a ping over to one of those loopbacks on router 1, and we'll see what happens. Now, you might want to shield your eyes because there's going to be a lot of output here. I predict it. And there it all is. So I will do a quick U-all here. And it looks like it went through, because we got some packets here with a source of 1111, and those were coming in. Notice the RCVD there. So it looks like the ping went through. Sometimes it can be pretty hard to spot the exclamation points or the periods because they're scattered throughout the debug output, but here you can see the ping actually went through. That was no problem. But note the source of the pings. 172.12.123.3. So that's expected, really. It's leaving that particular interface. But the thing is, that's not going to help you test your ACL at all because the packets are sourced from 172.12.123.3. The ACL we have over on router 1 is doing what? It's filtering on a source IP address of 3330. And let's see how we can actually source our pings from a different IP address. There are actually two ways to do this. I'm going to show you the long way first, the extended ping. And then most iOSs today offer you an option of putting a value after, a regular ping. But let me show you an extended ping first. And to do that, you just use ping. Let me move that down a little bit and get the bar out of the way. So when you just enter ping, you have now entered extended ping mode. And boy, can you change a lot of things in here. We're going to leave IP as the same because it's the protocol. Target IP address, we're going to enter that and call it 1111. We're going to send 5. That's fine. For testing later on in your studies, if you need a data stream, you could put 100,000 here and you've got yourself a nice data stream to do some testing with. But we're going to leave that at 5. Datagram size, timeout, you can change that. Extended commands, in this case, I'm going to say yes. Because here's where you can change the source address or interface. And I'm going to change that to 3333, or I could have just put, loopback 3 or whatever the number was. I'm going to leave all these others at their defaults. And now all of a sudden we're getting u.u.u. So even though those packets are being sourced from network 3330, they're not going through. Is that what we expect at this point? Probably, but let's go ahead and send this other type of ping. I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to ping the all 11s address here. This is the one we actually wanted to block, right? And notice when I used iOS help here, you have the CR at the bottom. But the thing is, we know if I send this ping, it's sourcing from 172.12.123.3, which isn't what we want. You can change the source here. And so I'm going to use the source address. And we get u.u.u here as well. Well, that's actually good because that's what we wanted to block, right? Let's go back to our requirements because you're always going back to the requirements in this business. Before you go to the client, you want to make sure you're meeting all the requirements. We're definitely putting the ACL on the serial interface of router 1. And we just block traffic sourced from network 3 if it's destined for network 11. Thing is, we want to allow packets from network 3 to any other subnet, including subnets we add in the future, and we saw that that didn't happen because we tried to ping 1111 from router 3 and it did not go through. And you know why, but I'm going to show you why anyway. The problem here with a standard ACL is that the standard ACL matching only on the source IP address of the packet, it's going to block all traffic coming into that interface from 3330/24. So not only can traffic not get to the loopback 11, that's the one we wanted router 3 not to be able to communicate with, it's also going to stop router 3 from communicating with loopback 1. And any other network that gets opened up on router 1 or added to router 1, 3330/24 won't be able to communicate with it because we used a standard ACL. So there's the big drawback. What we need to do actually is use an extended ACL. That's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead though and do a little housekeeping because I want to show you how to remove things as well. So we've got, let's see, also notice here with this ping that I didn't have to do a debug to verify it because it's even telling you right there, packet sent with a source address of 3333. So let's go over to router 1. I want to do a show IP access list. And why did I do that even though I only have one ACL? Because I just want to check and make sure I'm deleting the right ACL. Not that this ever happened to me, but you're looking at a config and you got 40 ACLs on there and you go, okay, take number 31 off. And you meant to take number 32 off. That's not good. So before you delete an access list, especially in real world networking, I strongly suggest you run show IP access list or just show access list. Same thing, and just make sure that you're taking the right one off. So let's go ahead and do a no access list 5. Now I want to go to the interface and do a no IP access group 5. And I believe, okay. And that's it. So that's our housekeeping. I really like to do that. If something's not working, take it off the router before you put something on that will work. Coming up next, we're going to tackle that extended ACL, do some testing there as well, and maybe even add a few more networks to this lab. That's all coming up next.